So Richard TV 91. It's time to do another movie reviews, and this time I'll be a Warrior. And what Warrior about is two brothers, Tommy, Colin, and Bryant. What's this other brother's name? Bryant, I think is his other brother's name. Mr. C, the teacher. We're just going to call him Mr. C because I can't remember his first name. But anyway, they're both fighters, and Tommy goes to a gym after he meets up with his dad, and his dad was a drunk, and Tommy went to live with his mother, but Mr. C stayed with his father and stayed with his girlfriend, who he winds up marrying and have children with. Well, Tommy resents his father and Mr. C because they abandoned him and his mother. That's what he thinks. And what we find out is Tommy goes to Afghanistan, and he's going AWOL. The reason he's going AWOL is because him and his friend got shot down by U.S. soldiers on accident, and Tommy was the only survivor. So Tommy's leaving the country, and he comes up on a tank that's underwater, and the soldiers inside, the U.S. soldiers inside, are drowning. So Tommy rips the door off the tank and saves these guys, and then he goes off and he goes to America. Well, what we find after this, we find out that the only reason Tommy goes to see his dad is because he wants to get trained, because Tommy's in this mixed martial arts tournament, and I think it's called Spartan, and prize money is like $5,000 or $5 million, $5 something. But anyway, he's training to get for this tournament, and he's getting trained by his father, and he doesn't want to have nothing to do with his father. The only thing he wants his father to do is to train him. Well, they start training, and Mr. C finds out that Tommy's back, and Tommy doesn't want to see Mr. C, and then Tommy is training with a guy that's training a guy that's in the Spartan tournament, and this guy wasn't getting hurt, so Mr. C takes his spot, and they're all training or whatever, and the tournament happens. In the first round, Tommy's fighting this guy. He knocks him out in the first round, KO, walks straight out the ring. He doesn't stay for the official ruling or whatever. Well, the first round of Mr. C's fight, he fights a little bit, and he's able to tap his opponent out, and then he goes on to the second round. So Tommy and Mr. C's in the second round, and Tommy in his second round fight, he pretty much knocks the guy out pretty quick, and then goes off and leaves the ring like he always does. And Mr. C, during his fights, he has to tap out the man, because all through this tournament he's won out of tap outs, and they make it to the semifinals. And Tommy's fighting the guy he fought to get noticed and put on YouTube, and the reason he's in this tournament all alone, and he's fighting Mad Dog, and he throws him to the ground and beats on him and knocks him out cold. And Mr. C has to fight Kurt Angle's character. Who Kurt Angle's character is a Russian fighter, and Mr. C's getting destroyed in this fight, and he winds up getting a lead bar in and is able to make Kurt Angle's character tap out. So that's what happens. Well, now Tommy and Mr. C have to fight, and everybody knows that Tommy has won AWOL at this point, and the military police, the Marines, are waiting after this fight to take him into custody. Well, the fight happens, and Tommy's destroying his brother, and toward the third round, Mr. C has Tommy in a Kimura lock, I think, and Tommy doesn't tap out, and Mr. C has no choice but to pull his shoulder out of socket. This is what happens. And through this last two rounds, Tommy's fighting with one hand, and Mr. C knocks him down and then puts him in a chokehold and makes him tap out, and he carries his brother to the back of the arena after this, and that's all that really happened in this movie. If y'all ever watched Warrior, what did y'all like about it? As always, Christian Minority signing out. Y'all see these Austin, and love to Richard TV 91. See you next time.